Om Jnana-dharandasya Jalanjala-slakaya Chakshurun-militam yena Tasmai Shri-Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya-manobhistam Sthapitam yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa-kadamayam Tadadita-padantikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shadvaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrindaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Welcome all the devotees for today morning chanting session. I'm extremely thankful for inviting me for giving some inspiration talk in the morning. Today I'm going to speak from Kulasekhara Alwar's Nalayira Divya Prabandham. He is one of the 12 Alvars. And before starting, I will recite. Yes, composed Mukundamala is also composed by the same Kulasekhara Alwar. So I will recite one of these slokas for Mukundamala. Then I will discuss about this Nalayira Divya Prabandham. How Nalayira Divya Prabandham, which Kulasekhara Alwar has sung in the Glories of Lord Rama, is also what Krishna speaks in Bhagavad Gita, and some correlation is there. I'll try to connect. Idam Sariram Parinama Peshalam Padatya Basyam Slade Sandari Jarjaram Plumoshade Klasi Muda Durmade Niramayam Krishna Rasayanam Pibaha. What is telling, when you become old, many of the parts of the body become dwindled one by one. But if we do not take any medicine, he say only by chanting this Krishna, that will cure all these disease from birth. What is the disease of the material world is repeated birth and death. So we will be able to get mukti. That is a Kulasekhara advice to all of us to recite this holy name of Krishna regularly. That's what we are doing in the morning. So he has sung 10 sloka is called Periya Tirumari. He has sung the 105 sloka. Out of that, I'll try to give the meaning of one sloka and try to connect with some stories as well as the Bhagavad Gita slokas. First sloka he says, if I cannot serve that Lord directly, at least I can be born in the land where your devotees live. Even the dust of the feet is greater than the heaven for me. He is asking for a boon to be born in a place where devotees are there. This is one of the principles of Vaishnava is, one is the Bhagavan, Bhagavada dust. So indirect, suppose if we are able to serve the Bhagavan, we can do only indirect service, the deity worship and doing yajna, all these are indirect service. Real, for example, reciting Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam Sloka, chanting the holy name is all indirect service. We are not able to directly associate with the Lord. But if you are able to do a service to Bhagavata, your pure devotees, that is the direct service to Krishna. So, one of the important is the dust of the lotus feet of the devotee is very important. That is called Bhagavad padaduli. That is very important. That is very, very precious. So we can we can learn from the importance of the story, the importance of this particular principle from the story of Ambarisha Maharaj and Durvasa Muni. Ambarisha Maharaj was doing a fasting, and for welfare of the citizen, not for him, for welfare of the citizen, he was supposed to break the fast particular time. At that time, Durvasa Muni comes. Durvasa Muni said, I will just go and have a bath and come back. And then at that time, the Parayana time was coming near. He consulted his Brahmanas. Brahmanas said, you just drink some water. It is actually breaking this fast. At the same time, you are not offending this Durvasa Muni. But Durvasa Muni was a great yogi. He came to know that Ambarisha Maharaj took little Charnamritam and he he was happy that he is able to fulfill the whatever the O is there, and that citizens will get the benefit. He was happy internally. When Durvasa Muni came, he was very furious. And how he can, when I come as a guest, how you can will not have the etiquette to just feed me then you should have broken the oath. So immediately he became angry. He just took one hair from his head and put it down, and immediately one great demon came. Demon was supposed to chase Amrish Maharaj, but he was trying to kill Amrish Maharaj by the demon. But at that time, Sudarshana Chakra came. Sudarshana Chakra came. Actually, it was killed that demon. Immediately, the demon was cut, head was cut off. And actually, that Sudarshana Chakra was chasing Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni is in a very, very precarious situation. You don't know what to do. He went to his father Brahma. Brahma said, I can't do anything. You offended Lord and you have to manage yourself. Then he went to Shiva. Shiva being his brother, he went there. Shiva also said, I can't do. The Vishnu's worth, I can't handle it. Then he directly, the same body went to Vishnuloka, where he met Narayan. Narayan told me, just pardon me, I made a mistake. He said, when you had offended a devotee, I can't do anything. Go back to Amrish Maharaj. If Amrish Maharaj forgive you, the Sudarshana Chakra withdraw. So actually, without no other go, Durvasa Muni came and begged forgiveness for Amrish Maharaj. Amrish Maharaj was a great devotee. You have to understand the greatness of Amrish Maharaj. He said, you are not offended anything. Then Durvasa Muni fall at the feet of Amrish Maharaj, asked for forgiveness. Then Sudarshana Chakra was withdrawn. So from this story, we'll understand Lord himself has directed him to come to Amrish Maharaj. That is the power of devotee. Even Lord could have pardoned him there, then and there. He is capable of doing it. But he is setting an example how the devotees, their dust or the shelter is very, very important. We will understand. Here, practical teaching is respect the devotees, avoid Vaishnava aparadha. Durvasa Muni did Vaishnava aparadha. Because of Durvasa Muni, he may be a great yogi, he may be a big scholar, sacrifice you would have done. But moment you offended Vaishnava, immediately everything is nullified. You will not be able to please the Lord by your this one. By your ego, you cannot exhibit, I know everything, I'm better than him. You can't do a superiority complex with the devotee. You should be humble. Only the tool before the devotee is humble. The next sloka is, suppose if I am able to take a birth in the land where devotees live, that is greatness. Suppose due to some reason I cannot become take a human birth in the land of where devotees live. He is asking, at least I become a bird in the forest where the Dham, like for example, I may be a bird in Ayodhya, so that I always sing your holy name. So when the birds in Ayodhya that makes a noise, you should not think that is a noise making regular birds are making. They're all the devotees in their previous life. They came to complete their particular pastimes by being in that Dham, and whatever they sing, it is they are singing the holy name of the Lord. That's why there's whatever animals or any human being, anything resides in Dham is very, very special. Is directly they come to this particular Dham, Ayodhya Dham, Vrindavan Dham, all these to complete their last life in that particular Vrindavan. They will go to the spiritual world, live with Krishna. Even animal birth is acceptable, helpful. Remember the God. That's very important. You may be a human being, but if you are not able to chant the holy name of the Lord, remember the Lord. There is inferior than these birds and animals who will receive the Dham and chant, glorify the Lord's name. Important is here, the Bhagavad Gita 9.32 says, you may be anybody. You may be a Sudra, you may be a woman, you may be a low-born, you may be any category. But a person who chants the holy name of the Lord immediately is taken to the level of Vaishnavas, and you have to give respect to them. For example, in the Ramayana also we see that Jadayu. Jadayu was a bird, but Ram himself did the last rites to him because he has got connection with the Lord. We have to understand this very. Chanting the holy name of the Lord is highest welfare a person can do for himself and liberate others by helping others to listen to the holy name. This is very important concept. Next sloka he says, If I cannot become a bird, if I cannot become a human being, if I cannot become a bird, at least let me become a fish in the sacred water of Ayodhya, where devotees take bath. This very, very amazing concept of Kulasekhara Alwar. Somewhere the connection with the holy Dham is very important. Somewhere the connection with the holy name is important. These are the concept Kulasekhara is advancing by this sloga. By Divya Desam, that we are going to the holy name. We are going to Jagannath Puri, we are going to Mayapur, we are going to Vrindavan, we are going to Kasi, we are going to many places, Gaya, so many whole places are going. This is a concept we derive from Kulasekhara. The connection with the holy Dham is very important. That's why we regularly going there. Our mind get purified. Without a knowledge, some spiritual thoughts come suddenly. But not in a place where normally reside, spiritual thought doesn't come. When you go to the holy place, see the devotees and the vibration there, and the holy river, and the deities there, immediately you get some spiritual inspiration. You want to practice. That's going for holy places is important. Pada Purana Tirtha Mahatmya. So the holy place is one of the concept. Even Rupa Goswami also recommends in the that devotionals, nectar of devotion. You have to go to holy places also important. Then Kulasekhara Alwar gives one more next day. If you cannot become a fish or a bird, let me become a tree in Ayodhya, so that I can give shade to the devotees. What a concept is it? The tree is the only species where it is serving all the time all the other living beings. It can give shelter, it gives the fruits, it gives leaves, it gives nice air and protection, and people make what is called houses out of that. It is always welfare for others. This is also one of the important things. Nishkama Seva. Nishkama, not expecting anything from in return. That you can learn from the tree. It is always serving. Even if they cut the tree also, it is not protesting or doing anything. It is allowing them to be used all the time. So that is one of the selfish service is one of the important aspect of a devotee is recommending here. This particular thing, Krishna also described this to the Gobas, how the tree is serving. That is one of the important thing we have to understand from the Kulasekhara Alwar is selfless service to other living beings. That is without getting expectation. We do anything, we expect something in return. What I will get it if you do. It is not like the dealing with the devotee is not like a business. You are doing as a selfless service to please Krishna. That's the only object. Then the next pasra is say, even that it is not possible to become a tree. At least let me become a small stone on the road where the devotees walk regularly. See, when we go to the holy Dham like Vrindavan, Mayapur, we put the dust from the sand on our head and put it on our body. Why? Because that path is walked by many devotees. Many saintly people have walked. That become purified. That mud is very, very holy. That's why when you go to Vrindavan, we go to Mayapur, we bring small dust from that. That we put it in the head. That represent that the purity of the sand, which means walked by them. And here also one of the important is always reduces ego to the lowest level. This you understand what will be the consciousness of Kulasekhara Alwar. Kulasekhara Alwar actually is associate of Lord. He came from Vaikuntha to tell us how to love Lord and how to, even Chaitanya Prabhu also came for that purpose also, as he as a devotee, he is exhibited by his own example how to practice spirituality. Same concept, Kulasekhara Alwar, even though he was a Lord's associate, he, by this pasuram, his example how amanitvam, humility is important for a bhakti. We will not be able to get. For example, you can see that life of Hanuman. Hanuman achieved the greatest thing, which other Manaras cannot cross over that ocean. We could cross over and come back and give the report to Ram, Lord Ram. But he was not boasting himself. that I found Sita. He never in his entire Ramayana, he boasted himself, I achieved something. Only when he returned, in order to encourage the Vanaras, he told what has happened. In front of Lord, he never glorified himself or boosted himself. I did something. He is always on the concept that I have achieved everything because by the blessing of the Lord Rama. That is the real humility of a Vaishnava. Vaishnava never says, no, I achieved something because of my own power. But for anybody's power is coming through Krishna. If anybody is able to do anything and is able to have some kind of a vibhuti, some kind of very, very talent, and anything you do, that is all vibhuti of Krishna. That's kind of that what is called kripa of Krishna. We have to achieve like that, think like that. Then next is Pasula, he says, if I cannot, if I cannot become a stone, let me be a servant of your servant, generation after generation. Just see the particular sloka. Dasanu das. That's one of the Sri Vaishnava's Sampradaya concept is, which even ISKCON also is for him. Srila Prabhu also said, we should always servant of servant. Dasanu das. Dasanu das, what happened? I am insignificant. You are great. You have got some power spiritually. You try to give a blessing. That should be the mood of the devotee. And also, Sri Vaishnava identified everywhere somebody asking what is the name, Dasanu Das. They will say, I am your servant, I am your assistant, servant. And this is the importance of Acharya Parampara. That even when we are in ISKCON also, we always say our name is followed by a Das. That's actually a glory. If we say the Das, it is not some servant. That's the day in which we have been trained to become humble in front of a great Vaishnavas. The Ramanuja Sampradaya also, Ramanuja Sampradaya is, even though Ramanuja is a great devotee, he is scholar, means he knows everything. But in front of Kanchipurna event, he was begging him to give knowledge. Accept me as my disciple. And he did not, even though he's got a power and what is called knowledge to speak to Lord Varadaraj directly, he was also always inquiring through what is called Kanchipurna, asking question. One of the questions he asked Kanchipurna is, Ramanujacharya knows the answer actually. If I forget to remember the name of the Lord or the pastime of the Lord at the time of death, what happens to such a person? So he is asking Kanchipurna to go and ask Lord Varadaraj. Varadaraj said, I will make sure you remember me at the time of death. So after getting the answer from Kanchipurna, he was satisfied. So Lord is going to make me to remember at the time. I need not worry. I do not take tension. Sometimes we also take attention now. Where we are chanting the holy name of the Lord. So many years, year after year, Hare Krishna mantra on the beach. What is going to happen at the time of death? These kind of doubt we should not have. We have been following the lineage of Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Srila Prabhupada has many times told many of his disciples, it is a responsibility of the Krishna to make us remember him at the time of death. Even if a person goes into coma, materially he will not be able to remember. But as we say, mind, intelligent, and ego goes to the next body. Next body also we get. When is there? When the soul is in the body, naturally the mind, intelligent, and ego will be active. If you practice Krishna consciousness throughout your life, whatever to a sincerity, whatever is your capacity, Krishna will to make him remember at the time of it is responsibility. Then he is talking about Lord Ram. He is talking about Nama Sankirtana. Next he said, at least I remember, if you cannot serve the devotees, Das or Das, at least Lord make me to remember your name all the time. Nama Sankirtana. That is one of the even Vaishnava Sampradaya, Sri Vaishnava also, when the Lord comes in procession, People go chanting the glories of Nam, like Vedas, they chant, Nalayira Divya Prabandham, they chant, and many of the people come with this harmonium, drum and all, they glorify, dance in front of the Lord. Nama Sankirtana is the power of the holy name is given here. And even in Shiva also says to Parvati, Rama Rama Ramedi Ramo Ramo Manorame Sagashanama Tashilam Ramanama Ranami. He glorifies the Lord's name. That's what is important for us. We will not be able to be a saintly person. We will not be able to read the scriptures. We will not be able to remember many of the slogas, many of these philosophy. That will be quite okay, because Kali Yuga, all these limitation is there in Kali Yuga. One of the greatest benefit a person get only by remembering the holy name, Krishna, Rama, Narayana, Madhusudana, Trivikrama, all these names one by one. Remember, 12 names of prominent names are there. That name is enough for us to get liberation. We not do. Nama Sankirtana is only the key. Once you have the Nama Sankirtana, you have got all the Vedas, scriptures. Ultimately, what people are expecting liberation. Liberation comes not by knowledge, not by yoga, not by austerity or sacrifice. It comes only by remembering by the holy name. Then, mind, now the last sloka he says, mind find happiness only surrendering to your lotus feet. Lotus feet. The single point devotion is Ananya Bhakti. Ananya Bhakti means without expecting anything in return. Lord may give liberation, may not give liberation. We have seen this list of Kulasekhara Alwar. He may give the birth as a bird. He can birth the given. You can be born as a human being in a Dham. You can be a fish, and you can be a servant. You can be a stone, and you can be you can remember the Lord, and so many things. Many one after another is giving. And then he says, one of the sloka he says, I don't want any of the worldly things. Like I don't want to become rich, I don't want to become learned, I don't want anything. My happiness is only the serving the devotees. He's always emphasizing this very important. He is telling here temporary nature of the material happiness and eternal happiness in devotion. He is talking about here the particular story of Bharat Maharaj is important. Bharat Maharaj was a great king. He has done completely all that 9 process of bhakti he did in his life. But the human nature is sometimes it trick us to forget Krishna at the time of death. Similarly, he was attached to the deer. Because attached deer, next life he become a deer. He took birth as a deer. But one of the important thing is, since in the previous life he was a devotee, Krishna made him to realize the mistake in the previous life. Even because the body of a deer, he was not frolicking. He is not going with other deers and spending his time like that. He was focused on his devotion. In the deer body, you could remember. That's why the intelligent, mind, intelligent egos goes. This you can understand from this also. Next life is perfect life. You got even to the spiritual world. One of the palasturi is what up palasturi is. If you recite Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, listen to any other spiritual lecture, immediately your the connection with the material world is cut off. The material knot, which is very powerful, cannot be cut by any other means. By remembering the name of the Lord, serving the devotees, that is completely cut off. Manmana, Bhava Madhya, Janmaskrita. Then we automatically follow the steps which Krishna has given in Bhagavad Gita. That's the power of the holy name. By just reciting this Bhagavad Gita, just touching the Bhagavad Gita, touching the Srimad Bhagavatam, attending the class, our mind, which is very rebellious, which is not interested in taking spirituality, suddenly becomes spiritual. Prabhupada also says, no, how long it will take a person to attain perfection? It's a fraction of a second, moment. The turning point will come if you follow regularly what the process given by Kiritacharyas, and we have to follow them, have a faith in the scriptures, but regularly, that very important is consistency. See, I'm just contemplating the consistency is very, very important for all of us, because if you don't do anything 1 or 2 days, and your mind will not allow us to do it again. That's why the morning satsang is very important. The reading Bhagavad Gita, attending satsang is very, very important, because the mind will become very focused and be easy to cooperate with us if you do anything consistently. So thank you for the opportunity. I'll stop here, and I will try to just bring down this point quickly by what are the sloka is discussed. Kulasekhara Alwar first glorified the devotees of the Lord, and where he says, I born as a devotee and serve the lotus feet of the devotees. Serving the devotee is greater than even heavenly pressure. That's the first sloka. Second sloka, he says, I can be bird constantly sings the name of the Lord Rama. So it is not now here is no birth or status is important. Whatever you do is remembering the Lord. You may be any species alive, you can still become perfection. Alvars says, he become a fish in a holy water of Ayodhya, where if the devotees come and take, and mind and body get purified. And here, next is talking about the tree. If you become a tree, how the tree serves selflessly by giving shade, fruits, and shelter to others. I can also be, without any expectation, I can do service to the devotees. Next, he become a stone, so that the devotees walk on his path, eat that lotus feet, touch on that, he get purified. Then it talks about servant of servant, das on das. I don't want to go directly to Krishna. I want to serve the pure devotees. Pure devotees will give mercy. Automatically, Krishna will please, he will accept me. And it talks about the glory of the holy name. The glory of the holy name is such powerful. And we'll get, by chanting, what happens is, we create devotion, and inner peace we create, and transformation is automatic. Here, Krishna, Kulasekhara Alwar says, the material pleasures will not give happiness. Only by happiness in finding only, repeating the holy name of the Lord. And then holy wealth is success is temporary. I don't want any material thing. I want to remember Lord all the time. And the blessing is Kulasekhara Alwar. Those who sing the glories of the Lord, chant the holy name of the Lord, liberation is guaranteed, and we'll get, and also we'll get strength to reside, and connected the spiritual connection will become strong actually. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Panchakalpa Durvasa Kripa Sindhu Bhayavacha Paditana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namah.